Johnny Booth was a handsome devil, got up in his rings and fancy silks, had him a temper but kept it level. Everybody called him Wilkes.
The assassination of President Lincoln has long fascinated the American public ever since that infamous night in April of 1865. When John Wilkes Booth snuck into the presidential box at Ford's Theater, he had hoped that somehow his name would always be remembered heroically, but of course, as we all know, history has proven otherwise. After firing the fatal shot, John Wilkes Booth rode off in the night and for 12 days tried to escape down south. This is my somewhat lackluster attempt, or scattered attempt actually, to try to recreate the original escape route, and as you can see, a whole lot has changed since Booth's day. Okay, I think it's recording, I don't know. Anyway, if you guys ever want to see where the Lincoln conspirators met to discuss the assassination, try to figure it all out, you need to look no further than this place right here. This used to be Mary Surratt's boarding house, but recently it's been changed to the Walk and Roll Chinese and Japanese fine cuisine takeout. And so, yeah, according to all the reports, this is where Booth and the conspirators met on April 14th to discuss assassinating President Lincoln and getting the whole conspiracy going. But now you can get cheap Chinese takeout here. And we're going to go in and see what kind of food they have, see if it's any good, see if it's as killer as they actually claim it to be. So, it's a horrible pun, I know. But hey, oh, I almost got hit. Okay. Okay, so we're in the middle of eating at the Walk and Roll restaurant. I don't know about you, but it's really easy to get a feel for the Lincoln conspiracy based upon your surroundings. But anyway, this is the food. And I'm not really sure whether it's any good or not because I haven't tasted it yet, but one thing that kind of disturbs me is the fact that the gift shop next door smells a lot like cat urine. So, who knows? Well, our little journey here on the hunt for John Wilkes Booth first takes us to this little house right here. Not the Citgo station, but the little house right there. And this is the Surratt boarding house and tavern, or the Surratt whatever. She had two places. She had a tavern here, which she apparently let somebody else run for, but she actually had a boarding house in Washington, D.C. But this is where John Wilkes Booth and David Harold fled to get weapons and things to go on their journey to escape from federal authority. But this is the Surratt house, and it's very interesting. We just went on the tour. So, you've been working here for 2 years? Okay, so what is your opinion on Mary Surratt's guilt or innocence?
My personal opinion as to whether Mary Surratt is guilty or innocent, I believe that she knew a lot about the kidnapping plot that preceded the assassination. I'm still speculative as to whether she knew about the assassination, and a lot of my reasoning for the kidnapping plot and her guilt is because of her son being so involved, and a lot of the planning occurred at her home, and so that's what I think she was more guilty of. So.
Okay, thank you. So next question is, do you think she should have been executed for this?
What defined who was going to be executed and who was going to really receive a life sentence during the conspirator trials was whether they could tie you to the assassination. And because I personally cannot find that little piece of evidence to tie Mary to the assassination itself, without a doubt that she was tied to the assassination, I think that she should have received a life sentence rather than a death sentence. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. John Wilkes Booth was trying to escape from Washington, and of course he had a hurt leg, and so he came here to the other side of the line and got treatment here. And there's always been this controversy over whether Samuel Mudd actually knew who John Wilkes Booth was, and whether he lied about, you know, what he did with Booth or did for Booth and all that stuff. But anyway, we're going to see this. Supposedly the Mudd house is still owned by the family, and we're going to see what they think about it. Because all I know is that at least most of the generations have defended what Sam Mudd did. And we're going to see if maybe some ancestors are in here. So.
To get him exonerated because we feel that he's not guilty. He was nothing but a doctor doing his job. And back then, the doctors, most of the patients either came to his home or he went to their home. It's not like now you go to a doctor's office, make an appointment, and hope he's in.
Yeah.
But I don't believe he was guilty. Now, we agree that he did know the Booth because he had hoped to sell the farm to Booth because Booth came here indicating that he wanted to buy land. And since Dr. Mudd has lost his health because of the war, he was ready to sell the farm and move down to Benedict and set up a business down there.
Yeah. So do you think he'll ever be exonerated?
Not with the people in our government now, no.
Yeah, no. Okay. All right, thank you so much. I'm sorry, could you say that
We were
again?
ready to go to the Supreme Court when 9/11 came and it more or less put everything on hold.
Oh, really? And so it's just kind of like been put on hold
Right.
ever since?
Took a back seat to everything else.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You never know.